I'm your host, Henry Muller, and you're watching Hot Ones, a show with hot questions and even hotter wings. Our guests today are EE-123 students Yoni Nozik and Dexter Lee, here to talk about their video communication project.
So the main goal of this project was to transmit a GIF video wirelessly over AFSK radio. So we could use at most 2 Raspberry Pis and 2 radios in order to complete the transmission, and we were allowed to do at most 75 seconds of transmission time.
So, for our first question, could you give a brief overview of your project and design?
Yeah, so what we first did was we took the animated GIF and we broke it into individual frames. We then converted the color scheme from RGB to YCRCB, which is the luminance and chrominance components. And then we took the DCT2 of those individual frames and thresholded them, and then we took those coefficients and then quantized them with the JPEG quantization table.
And Jonathan, what happened after the quantization process?
So after the quantization process, we put all of the information together into a single one-dimensional bit string, which we then run-length encoded so that we could fit all the information into fewer packets. We would then transmit these packets between the 2 radios using AFSK 1200 modulation, which means that we were transmitting at a baud rate of 1200 bits per second, using the frequencies 2200 and 1200 hertz.
And did you use any sort of packetizing?
Yeah, so we used standard packetization with a couple flags on each end for all of the information. So we would take the entire bit string and then split it up into mostly 256 byte chunks.
So, after you transmitted the bits, what steps did you take to recover the original GIF?
So, once we received all of the bits through the transmission, the first thing we need to do is we need to separate out, we need to put all the information and all the packets together. It's really hot. And then we need to find the separations between each of the YCRCB matrices for each frame. That way, we can get all the information for each frame of the video separately. Then we can do the lossless decompression of the run-length encoded versions of those frames. And after that, reinterpolate the DCT information so that we can convert back to RGB.
Any comments on that footage?
Well, one problem we ran into during transmission was that our dimension flag would sometimes get lost. And without the dimension flag, we weren't able to fully reconstruct the GIF because we didn't know the dimensions of the individual frame. So in order to improve the robustness of our system, we sent the dimension flag twice, which ended up improving the reliability of our system.